Welcome to today's Catholic Daily Readings from Christus Dominus Bread of Life. A reading from the first book of Samuel. And after she had weaned him, she brought him with her, along with 3 calves and 3 measures of flour and a skin of wine. And she led him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. The boy was still a young child, and they immolated a calf, and they presented the boy to Eli. And Hannah said, I beg you, my Lord, as your soul lives, my Lord, I am that woman who stood before you here praying to the Lord. For this boy I was praying, and the Lord has granted to me my petition which I asked of him. Because of this I have also lent him to the Lord. All the days of his life he shall be lent to the Lord. And they adored the Lord in that place.
The poor from the ash heap, to seat them among princes, to inherit a throne of glory. My heart exalts in the Lord, my Savior.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. And Mary said, My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit exults in God my Savior, for he has looked upon the lowliness of his handmaid. For behold, from this time all generations will call me blessed, for he who is mighty has done great things for me, and holy is his name. And his mercy is from generation to generation for those who fear him. He has accomplished powerful deeds with his arm. He has scattered the arrogant in the thoughts of their heart. He has deposed the powerful from their seat and has exalted the humble. He has filled the hungry with good things, and the rich he has sent away empty. He has taken up his servant Israel, remembering his mercy, just as he spoke to our fathers, to Abraham and to his offspring forever. And Mary remained with her for about 3 months, and she returned to her own house. Join us for today's reflection. Hannah walked up the hill to Shiloh carrying her son in her arms for the last time. She had made a promise years earlier when her womb was still empty and her heart was breaking. Lord of hosts, if you will look on the affliction of your servant and remember me and give me a son, I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life. God remembered her. She conceived. She gave birth to Samuel. And now it was time to keep her word. Picture this mother holding her toddler, maybe 2 or 3 years old, climbing the same road to the same temple where she had wept and prayed and bargained with God. Every step bringing her closer to the moment she would hand him over. Every step a choice to follow through on a promise made in desperation that she now had to honor in abundance. She did not sneak him in and slip away. She found Eli the priest and reminded him exactly who she was. I am the woman who stood here praying to the Lord. I prayed for this child, and the Lord granted my request. Now I, in turn, give him to the Lord. As long as he lives, he shall be dedicated to the Lord. Then Hannah opened her mouth and sang, My heart exults in the Lord. My horn is exalted in my God. There is no holy one like the Lord. There is no rock like our God. This is not a woman singing through gritted teeth, forcing herself to be grateful while her heart shatters. This is genuine, explosive praise. Hannah understood something that changes everything. Samuel was never really hers to keep. He was always God's. She was simply the vessel chosen to bring him into the world. Giving him back was not losing him. It was completing the purpose for which he was given. 1,000 years later, another young mother stood in another hill town, and the same song erupted from her lips. My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior. Mary was visiting Elizabeth, pregnant with the child who would save the world, and she sang words that echo Hannah's so closely they could be sisters harmonizing across the centuries. Both women were unlikely mothers. Hannah was barren for years, tormented by her rival wife, desperate enough to pour out her soul in wordless prayer that looked like drunkenness to the priest. Mary was a virgin teenager in a backwater village, engaged but not yet married, pregnant by the Holy Spirit in a way that no one would believe. Both received impossible gifts. Hannah's closed womb opened, Mary's untouched womb conceived. In both cases, God did what nature said could not be done. Both understood their children did not belong to them. Hannah gave Samuel to temple service before he could walk without holding her hand. Mary would watch her son walk toward a cross she could not stop him from carrying. And both responded with songs that turned the world upside down. The bows of the mighty are broken, but the feeble gird on strength. The hungry are filled with good things, but the rich are sent away empty. He has thrown down the mighty from their thrones, but lifted up the lowly. This is not gentle religious poetry. This is revolution. These mothers saw their pregnancies as evidence that God takes sides. He sides with the barren over the fertile, with the hungry over the satisfied, with the humiliated over the proud. Their children were proof that God loves to work through empty vessels precisely because empty vessels make his power obvious. What are you holding on to that was never really yours? What gift has God given you that you have started treating like your possession rather than his trust? Hannah shows us that the things we grip most tightly are often the things God is asking us to release, not because he is cruel, but because he has plans for them that are bigger than our plans. Samuel would become the prophet who anointed kings. Mary's son would become the king who saves the world. Maybe you are in the desperate prayer stage, begging God for something you do not have. Or maybe you are in the harder stage, holding something precious and sensing God asking you to open your hands. Either way, the response is the same. My heart exults in the Lord. My soul magnifies the Lord, not because the circumstances are easy, because the God who remembers barren women and visits virgin girls can be trusted with whatever he asks us to release. Hannah walked back down the hill from Shiloh with empty arms and a full heart. She left her son behind and took her song with her. That is the arithmetic of the kingdom. What we give away, we keep forever. What we clutch and hoard eventually crumbles in our grip.